Can you say bidding war and multi-offer situation? Well, that's the reality if you're where I live in central New Jersey and trying to buy a property, which can be a nightmare for any buyer. Today, I want to go over 5 things that you can do when you're placing your offer to make your offer stronger and make the seller say, I want yours. I think number 5 might actually surprise you. And also, at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you something that the seller might ask of you as a buyer and that you can consider doing, but I want to give you a little information about it just so you're aware that if you commit to saying yes to doing it, you're knowledgeable about what you're saying yes to. Let's start with number 1. When a seller's agent has multiple offers on a property, they're going to go back and ask every buyer for their highest and best. Now, when you make your highest and best offer, make sure that it is your highest and best. I mean, I know that sounds kind of logical, but I can't tell you how many times people want to come back and increase their offer like another $2,000 24 hours later. No, you have one shot and one shot only. It is highest, best, and final. Most of the time, you're going to have to go over asking. How much over asking is totally up to you. Number 2, be flexible with your closing date if possible. I know a lot of times buyers want to write up an offer and they're like, tell the seller I can close in 30 days, which sometimes is perfect. But sometimes a seller puts their house on the market and they are just overwhelmed that the fact that they have 7 or 8 contracts and offers on their property. And now all of a sudden they're going, wait a minute, I have to pack up everything I own and move in 30 days? So a 30-day closing can be desirable to some sellers, but might put other sellers off. They might feel they need more time. Number 3, increase your down payment whenever possible. Speak to your lender and find out if you can go from 3.5% down FHA to maybe 5% conventional. 10% conventional. You know, you have a little bit more money up front that you're willing to put down as your down payment, and they might feel more secure that you're going to get to the closing table. Number 4, make sure that you present your offer with a pre-approval letter, not just a pre-qualification letter. If you don't know the difference between the two, there is a substantial difference, and I have a video that I've done, pre-qualification versus pre-approval, that I think you should watch, and I'll leave the link below so you can watch that afterwards. It's a great video and it'll give you knowledge on the advantages of placing an offer with a pre-approval letter. Number 5, you can offer to purchase a home warranty on the property. There are a lot of companies out there that offer home warranties on properties, and usually it costs somewhere between $500 and $1,000 for a year. It really depends on what you want on the policy to be covered, the different appliances and systems, but it's a great way to let the seller know that if something minor or if something comes up on the inspection issue, that you're willing to purchase a home warranty so that they won't have to invest in making all these repairs. Now, I want to cover the one thing that the seller might ask of you in order for them to take your offer, and that is waiving the appraisal. If you are willing to entertain waiving the appraisal, know, number 1 and foremost, the bank's not waiving the appraisal. The bank is going to stick to that appraisal. So if the house underappraises by $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, it's up to you to come out of pocket with that cash to make up the difference. That's one of the major issues. In order to get the property, you might be totally fine with that, and that's great. Again, that's one of those things that is going to be subject to individual personality and also individual bank account. But know that you could actually put a stipulation on it. For instance, I'm willing to waive my appraisal up to $5,000. But you're putting a cap on the dollar amount that you feel comfortable with. I mean, let's face it, if you waive an appraisal without a limit, let's just say it underappraises by $15,000. So it's just something to consider. I've had buyers that are totally comfortable with doing it, and I've had buyers that are like, you know what, Dawn, I don't mind waiving an appraisal, but I got to put a cap on it, and it makes sense. So listen, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, hit the bell, all that fun stuff, because you know what? I really appreciate it. Take care, and I will see you next Wednesday.